almost at the end. This is it. This is all of... Did you do that? Hi, hello, and welcome back, or welcome if you're new to my channel. I'm Courtney, and this is my life of projects where I share with you all of my crafty things. Mostly knitting, with some spinning, occasional quilting, and a tiny bit of embroidery. And I also share with you my life here in Vermont. So it is currently Thursday. I have a couple things I have to do around the house today because I have company coming tomorrow. I'm taking tomorrow off of work, so that's exciting. And we're also getting a delivery today, which I will tell you more about in a minute. But I thought I would update you on my progress, non-progress on the cider sweater. So I'm maybe 4.5, 5 inches in. I think I'm on my third cable chart repeat. So, I mean, it's fine. It's fine. It's just going more slowly than I would like, but I am like, this is how much of the first skein I have left. So we're like almost one skein down. I really didn't do much knitting the last couple of days. Yesterday we had an ADHD moment. If you are neurospicy like me, then you might be familiar with hyperfocus. And yeah, I went into a rabbit hole yesterday on a work project that was like not super critical, but my brain was like, no, must do this. So I worked for like 11 solid hours without really taking many breaks. And then I was a zombie. So not awesome, not awesome. But sometimes neurospicy brains just like to do that, and we get fixated on a thing, and then we just have to work at the thing until it's done. Wish I could do that with this sweater, but that's not happening. Anyway, it's just taking me longer than I think I would like, but I don't know how long it takes me to knit a sweater. I don't know how long it takes like a regular sweater knitter to knit a sweater. And like I could Google, but Google's just gonna give me the answer for other people. That's not my knitting speed. So I don't know that I even trust like the result I would get if I looked it up. So I was like thinking, like, do I want to time myself, and that way I will know how long to plan for to knit this sweater. That way I can say, okay, I have to knit 2 hours today in order to finish this by the end of March. Or is that too stressful? Is that taking the fun out of this? I don't know. Like, I would have to time probably how long it takes me to do one of the full chart repeats, which I don't think I've ever done one of those in a day. That's a depressing thought. Because like that's a measurable amount. Like if I only do like one row, that's like not enough to measure, but like one chart repeat, I could, it's like an inch and a half. That way I could determine how long it would take me to get at least the body done, maybe not the sleeves. But yeah, then the thought of doing that makes me think that I would never knit a sweater if I knew how long it actually took me. I would also probably never knit socks if I counted all the hours it takes me to knit a pair of socks. I know it's a lot. I think like the internet says 70 hours. I really have no idea. I've never timed myself knitting socks. I just know it takes me a month or two. I put things down. I never work on just one project, but I'm trying to with this because I really want to finish this. I don't know. Do you like time your knitting? Do you like have an estimate of how long it will take you to make things? Like how do you plan your knitting or projects or your quilting? Like, do you know your speed for things? Is that a thing people do? Leave me a note in the comments. Let me know how you try to figure out how long it's going to take you to do a project. Do you plan your projects out like that, or should I just like go with it? And when it's done, hopefully by the end of March. Yeah, I don't know. Let me know your thoughts, because I don't know if I want to try to figure out how long this is going to take me or not. I'm worried that would make me too stressed out, and then I would just give up. So anyway, that's where the sweater's at. I'm definitely going to try to get as much done tonight knitting on it as I can, and I'll probably have some downtime. It's going to be a pretty relaxed weekend, even with my friend in town. I don't know that we're doing a whole lot of fun and exciting things. The weather's going to be like a little bit gross. The other thing happening today is we are getting a ottoman that matches our couch, and I have to say goodbye to my favorite coffee table. So the coffee table that I have, I absolutely love because it A, is on wheels, and B, the whole thing is storage. Like, I love this coffee table. I have had it since grad school, round one, I think since my master's. I have moved it everywhere with me. I got it for like $5 off of Craigslist, and it has held up. It has moved from Virginia to Iowa to Vermont, and like moved a couple times in Virginia as well. This thing is awesome. But we decided that we wanted an ottoman to match our couch. So like, because my spouse always gets the stretch out part of the couch. We have like an L-shaped couch. So they always get to sit all stretched out and comfy, and I am curled up in a little ball or putting my feet on the coffee table, which is like taller a little bit than the couch, and it's hard and it hurts after a while. So we're getting an ottoman. I'm excited about it, but I'm so sad to lose my coffee table. So I have to relocate everything that's in that coffee table, because that's where I keep like my active ongoing projects. My embroidery box is in there. I've got some blankets and quilts stored in there, and a couple other like project like knitting things that are like on the back burner are in a basket in there. So I have to move all of that stuff so we can have our new ottoman. So I will probably film a little bit of that, since a lot of it is my knitting projects that I have to figure out where I'm going to put so I can still get to them on the couch. Because if I leave them in another room, I probably won't pick up knitting in the afternoons or evenings. So it's like, again, the ADHD thing, out of sight, out of mind. I forget about it. It's fine. So yeah, that's at least today's plan. I hope I'm gonna get some knitting time on the couch tonight, because I did not get any last night because I went down a little work-related rabbit hole and was up until like 11. That was not fine. That was not my best life choice. But then tomorrow, I think my friend's getting here kind of like in the afternoon. Taking the morning, no, I'm taking the whole day off work. Yeah, kind of. I have some non-work work I have to do, but at any rate, I do have to take Larson, our older kitty, to the vet. He has been losing weight, so we're gonna go see what's going on with that. So let's cross our fingers. I'll give you an update, but hopefully it's nothing too serious. So I'm a little worried about him, but I will probably update you tomorrow morning when I'm getting ready for all of that. So let's get into it. So this is my now former coffee table. You can see all of the storage space that I have here. It has storage on both sides, so all of this stuff has to be rehomed. This is where I keep my on hold projects, so things that I think I might work on someday. So I have to move that. And then all of my embroidery, my sewing basket that my grandmother gave me is here. Then I've got an embroidery project back in there, some notions, and of course this little guy who really enjoys the coffee table. Then I have my Addie Clicks back in here, a neck pillow for when I can't sleep. I sleep on the couch, and it's on wheels. I'm gonna miss that part so much. So this is a basket that I bought recently that is empty because I think I'm going to put most of my active knitting projects inside of here and have that either beside me or keep it right here behind the couch. I'm not sure yet how the setup is going to work, but that's my current plan, at least for the ongoing projects. So yeah, we'll see how it works out when the ottoman gets here. ended up moving the sewing basket over here. It's kind of in with my work stuff, which I don't love, but I'm dealing with it. So that's where that relocated to. And then over here on top of my quilting area, I put the basket of ongoing-ish projects. So that's the ones that are kind of in like hibernation. They're not super active, but they still exist in the world. Like that's where I have the bag of things to knit, the berry baby hats, that anytime someone's having a baby, I pull that out. So it's all together. Everything I need is in one bag. So that's in there. I'm not sure how I feel about it, but that's where it's living for now. Everything else from underneath the coffee table is in this basket. So this is the side of the couch that I usually sit on, and the kitten's toys, of course. The kitten is really enjoying this basket being here because he gets to sit on it. In here I have the projects that I'm currently working on, and my embroidery and my knitting notions are down in there. So this is where it is for now. I might still move the basket to the other side of the couch, like put it behind the couch, but I'm not sure. This is our solution for now. I still miss my coffee table. Are you naughty? I went for a run. Did you do that? Did you get the yarn out of the boxes? Yeah, you did. We even had a little air can to scare you away. Clearly the batteries need to be changed. You are rotten. So super quick update. As you just saw, I got in from my run this morning and someone had drugged the yarn out of the box. This is the second morning it happened, and mutilated a skein all over. Okay, apparently I have to be down here with him if I'm gonna talk. But he had destroyed a skein. I mean, it's not, I don't think it's fully destroyed. I have to untangle it still. But I'm gonna have to deal with that later. I had to put all of the yarn in plastic Ziploc baggies and change the batteries in the like little air can sprayer thing to try to get him to quit playing with the yarn. I've never had a cat this interested in yarn before. So yeah, that's fun. It's fun, it's awesome. But it's currently Friday and my friend is almost here, so I doubt I'm going to film much today, but tomorrow we're going to go into Burlington and probably do some walking around, some shopping, so I will get a little footage of that and then any knitting that does happen, but I will probably check back in with you either Sunday or Monday. But that's a little fun update on the cat shenanigans. Yeah, you. it is Monday now, and there were no updates over the weekend. And I also completely forgot to get any footage in Burlington, but we did walk around and kind of look at the snow and ice a little bit. So I had a little bit of footage of that. But yeah, I got super distracted because Friday afternoon I did have to take Larson, our older cat, to the vet. That was already planned. I knew he needed to go because he'd been losing weight. He was recently diagnosed with kidney disease, but yeah, we found out that he also has a couple other issues going on. So I was dealing with that. It's fine. He was already in poor health when we adopted him. He was from a hoarding situation, so the health issues are just kind of par for the course with him. But yeah, that kind of like threw me for a loop, and I didn't do a whole lot this weekend of knitting, just with having the friend in and also like trying to manage Larson's health care. So fun times. But not to worry, he'll be okay. We're doing the very best we can for him. So he'll be okay. It was just, wasn't expecting to have to deal with that. But it is Monday, I'm pretty sure. And I'm gonna get a couple of things done and then definitely do some knitting tonight. But I also have another project I'm going to be starting. So I'm gonna give you a quick look at that and we'll talk about that a little bit. So I have a friend who is expecting a baby this spring, and they are doing a kind of like a mountain color scheme, Blue Ridge Mountains, and also like hiking room theme, if that makes sense. But her color palette is like lots of blues and grays, not your traditional bright blue baby colors. That's just not her vibe, which I appreciate. So these are the colors that I'm looking at for the, I want to say Mountain Mist quilt, but that's not what it is because Mountain Mist is the sweater that I'm going to work on. But I will pop a picture of the quilt in over here, but I need to get fabric for these. I'll maybe see what my local quilt shop has. They don't have the full line of Kona, but I can probably find a couple of them. And I need to get started on that because the baby is due in early April. So I want to have this done and to her pretty soon. So yeah, that project will be started possibly this week. We might go fabric shopping for that tomorrow. I have to see what time I have. So that's the upcoming project. In wrapping up this week's video, I thought I would update you on the cider sweater. I have not really done a lot of knitting this week, and the knitting that I didn't really film. But there has been progress, not a lot. But I have an idea for that next week. We're gonna try a thing. But so I did join the new ball, and I did a new to me technique. Normally when I'm joining a new skein, when I'm knitting a project that has multiple skeins, I usually just join the new skein without tying it and then weave in the ends. But I wanted to try a technique that I'd seen recently. I forget where, I forget who's, either YouTube or Instagram or whatever, but it's a Russian join. It's a join where you don't have to weave in the ends. So I tried that and I don't know how I like it. So with this technique, you take a tapestry needle and you loop the two yarns together so that they kind of overlap and make a little kind of locking mechanism. And then you use a tapestry needle to help burrow one yarn's end into the main part of the other yarn, like the leading strand, if that makes sense. I'll have links to the tutorial that I used down below so you can get a better understanding because my description's terrible. So with this yarn, at least, it's a 4-ply. It was really hard to get the tapestry needle to burrow into the yarn. It ended up just like splitting the yarn either in 2 or in 3 and not really having it wrapped around the tail of the other yarn. So I don't really love it, and I don't know if it's me, if it's the yarn, if it's just not the right technique for this yarn. Yeah, I'm not sure how I feel about it. Maybe I just need more practice. I wish I had filmed that part so I could show you where my frustrations were. But it looked nothing like the tutorial. The tutorial that I was at least looking at looked beautiful. The yarn twisted around the end so you basically couldn't see it. And I'm going to insert some footage here of what it looks like in the sweater.
So right through here is where the join is at. And at least right here on this loop, it almost looks like there are 2 strands of yarn, and that really bothers me. So my technique was not the best. And this section of cable is like a little chunkier than the rest of the cables that you can see down through here. So not the best, but I think I just need to go with it, like how I know there's a mistake down here somewhere, but if you're this close to my sweater and you're critiquing it, then you're too close to me, please back away. So I need to just get over that. For some reason, I'm fine with my mistakes down here, but this section is bothering me a little bit, but I'm hoping as I go on, I will notice it less and I can use that technique, because it was really quick and I don't have to weave in any ends. So I think it looks okay. Like if I didn't point out where the join is, could you tell me where it is? Depends on how good of a knitter you are, I guess. But let me know. If you're just looking at this right here, can you see where the join is if I hadn't already pointed it out? All right, let me know in the comments.
So yeah, I don't know if I will keep doing that type of join. I probably will, because I hate weaving in ends, but I'm not super confident that it looks like it's supposed to, or that I did it like I was supposed to. Mine just did not look as nice as the tutorials pictures did. So we'll see, but it works and I don't have to weave in ends. So maybe that's good enough. Maybe we'll just go with it. So this is where we're at with the cider sweater. I'm roughly 3 cable repeats in, 6-ish inches, which is not ideal because we're halfway through the month of February. So we're a month and a half into the sweater, and that means we have a month and a half to go. So I should be halfway through this sweater. This is not halfway. So trying to decide if I scrap the 4 sweaters in a year idea and do 3, because I could do 1 every 4 months. That gives me a little bit more time. Or if I really try to push through and get this one done. We'll see. I have a plan for next week's vlog that I'm already kind of regretting because I think it's going to stress me out. But we're going to try. We're going to try something. We're going to do an experiment and see if I can get caught up. We'll see. But definitely stay tuned if you want to watch me struggle, because that's probably what we're in for. I hope you enjoyed this week's vlog. Definitely subscribe if you haven't already so you can see what happens next week. And give this video a thumbs up if you did enjoy it. It really helps out the channel. And don't forget to leave me a comment if you have any suggestions on timing your knitting. If that's something that you have done, I would love to hear your tips. Let me know what you use, or if you think timing your knitting is a terrible idea, also let me know. I'm still not sure if I want to try that out or not. Either way, I would love to hear from you in the comments, and I hope you're having a great week, and I will see you in the next one.